Now let's look at a very common application of discounted cash flows called net present value or NPV analysis. Managers are often required to make decisions on whether a particular project is profitable. The typical project consists of an initial investment, in this case $1,000, and a stream of cash flows resulting from the investment. The cash flow at the end of year 1 is $400, at the end of year 2 is $600, and at the end of year 3 is $200. The net present value, or NPV methodology, sums the present value of the initial investment, which is minus $1,000 as it is cash we are spending, and the present values of all the future cash flows. We can see the calculation of the year 2 discount factor, that is, 1 divided by 1 plus the discount rate of 10%, all to the power of 2. To get the NPV, we add all the present values together. If the NPV is positive, the project is profitable. If it is negative, the project is unprofitable. In this example, the NPV is positive, so this project is indeed profitable. We can use Excel to do our NPV analysis. Let's write our required rate of return in cell B1. Remember, this is R in the discount factor formula. The number we're using is 10%. Set up an Excel worksheet with 4 rows. These 4 rows will be time, future value, discount factor, and present value. Populate the time and future value rows using the information on the previous slide. Now we need to do the calculation for the discount factor. I'm going to link my formula with cell B1. The formula reads equals 1 divided by bracket 1 plus B1, which we absolute reference, close bracket, all to the power of time. We absolute reference this by pressing F4, then simply drag the formula across. Calculating each cash flow's present value is now simply a matter of multiplying the future value by the discount factor. And I can calculate the NPV for this project by summing together all the present values. We can see the present value at time 0 remains the same. This makes sense as we are paying $1,000 today. Therefore, the present value of $1,000 today is $1,000. With a required rate of return of 10%, the NPV is positive, therefore based on this, we would invest in the project. If the required rate of return rises to 11%, what is the new NPV of the project? Would you invest in this project or not? As you can see, when the required rate of return of the project rises to 11%, our NPV becomes negative, so we would not go ahead and invest in this project. Look at what has happened to each of the present values. They have become smaller. This is because we are discounting the future cash flows using a higher discount rate.